Welcome to our webinar, Early Intervention in COVID-19, Fun Over Fear. We will discuss what early intervention services can look like during this time of many unknown outcomes. Our hope is to share some information as well as some fun ideas of things you can do in your home. It is a normal response when we face a challenge or a disaster, especially on such a large scale, that you may be feeling anxiety, fear, and have lots of questions. What we won't do in this webinar is share medical advice with you. We are not doctors, and it is up to you to turn to your health professionals for guidance. The CDC is also a national agency that you can trust with up-to-date and accurate information. According to the World Health Organization, coronaviruses are a large family of viruses that cause illness ranging from the common cold to more severe diseases such as Middle East respiratory syndrome and severe acute respiratory syndrome. There is so much information out there. It's all over the TV, the radios, people are talking about it everywhere you go. One of the best things that you can do is to look only at those trusted and professional sites for updates and news. Children don't always understand what's going on. They hear and feel the stress from adults. Something to think about is reducing the amount of time that children are hearing the news reports. For infants, they don't understand the news, but they understand emotions. In times of unrest, it's important to try and not pass the stress we feel as adults onto our children at any age. You may have some questions about how your child will receive early intervention services during this time. According to the North Dakota Department of Human Services, here are a few of those questions and answers. Can services be provided virtually or via telephone? The answer is yes. This will be allowed for the following services. Infant development. If the family still wants service but doesn't want staff in their home, we will allow virtual visits. The initial evaluation may be done remotely. However, it must be done via video technology so that the child can be observed. Will there be any changes to the service planning process? The answer: the service planning process will remain the same. However, assessments may be conducted outside of the participant's home or by telephone to accommodate the changes in service needs. Participants' team meetings and plan development may be conducted entirely using telecommunications. Team meetings should occur as scheduled. However, if one must be delayed, the current plan and services will remain in effect until the next plan can be completed. Is the school required to provide special education and related services during school closure? The answer: if the school is closed and is not providing services for its students, it is not required to provide services for students with individualized education plans. Federal law requires schools to provide equitable services for special education students if the school intends to offer virtual learning. These are a few trusted embedded agencies where families can look for resources and guidance. The National Center for Hearing Assessment offers some very easy-to-use modules for families that explain what telehealth services look like. Early Childhood Technical Assistance Center offers easy-to-use and understand videos regarding telehealth. And always be sure to check out the North Dakota Human Services website for North Dakota-specific guidelines as well as changes. The key takeaway is that services will continue and providers will still be working with your child and family. Things will just look a little different for the near future. Be patient with yourself as you are figuring out how to connect, and remember to be patient with your providers as they are learning how to best serve your child and family. Always reach out with your concerns and work together with your team to set up the best plan for your child. I think Fred Rogers said it best, quote, "In times of stress, the best thing we can do for each other is to listen with our ears and our hearts and be assured that our questions are just as important as our answers," end quote. Lean on your family, lean on your friends, as well as your providers during this time for support. Take time to prepare yourselves and your home. Be sure to follow direction from the CDC as well as our national and local leaders so you know what to do and what to expect. Preparation includes things like hygiene, washing your hands, disinfecting your home, following protocols put in place for the protection of everyone, having a food supply you will use, and making arrangements with medical professionals and service providers. You may need to reschedule appointments for a while. Rest assured everyone is doing their best in this unknown situation to create a plan. You may have your early intervention services carried out over video conferencing, or your appointments may be put on hold for an amount of time. However, a plan will be put into place. So the question is now what? Now you create a new normal. Are you working from home? Is your child care provider closed? There are lots of questions that need answers. The plan that works best for your family is the right plan. Once you have your plan in place, don't forget to have some fun as well. Activities that create bonding between you and your child will be the best part of this situation. On the next few slides, we will share with you some fun and easy activities that you can do with your little one. Sensory is always a win for children. From infant to school age, they love it. Look around your house for supplies. You have more in your home that would work than you know. A sensory bucket. Collect a container to hold your items. Fill with things like beans, popcorn kernels, uncooked rice, noodles, sand, shredded paper, etc. Add items like plastic animals for them to search for. Don't forget to add the scoops. Measuring cups and spoons work perfect. With every activity, make sure your child is supervised. Tummy time. Place your infant on the floor on a blanket. Encourage your baby to raise his or her head, chest in response to the sound of your voice, the sight and sound of toys, or the sight of himself or herself in a mirror. This gives your baby time to work on strength, language, and visual skills. Pick it up. Babies are starting to use their fingers and thumbs to secure tiny objects, working toward a neat pincer grasp. Place single puffs or Cheerios on their high chair tray and encourage them to use fingers and thumb to secure them. Your child is learning fine motor skills, how to reach, and how to grasp. Fun with Fruit Loops. Draw a circle on a piece of paper in the colors that match your cereal. Your child can then sort and stack the cereal and, of course, enjoy tasting them. You could also give them a string and let them practice stringing the cereal. Story time works at any age. Start reading to your child from birth. You can make up stories or read short books. It doesn't matter what you say, your baby is absorbing every word, even though she or he may not be able to talk yet. They are learning how to listen and gaining language skills. Remember to take care of yourself. Everyone is trying to learn a new normal right now. Taking care of yourself is essential. Here are a few things to keep in mind. Find a healthy balance between news and social media. Social media can be overwhelming, but it can also give you a platform to connect and stay up to date with events. Trying to figure out that healthy limit for you and your family will help ease some of the stress caused by too much news and social media. Check on your friends and family. Take some time to reach out and connect with your friends and family. You will find out that everyone is struggling, and sharing ideas or even having a conversation will help lift spirits. Exercise. Even if you don't exercise, it's a good idea for you to get up and move. If the weather is nice, go outside and enjoy the sunshine. Follow the rules of social distancing and enjoy the fresh air. Learn something new. Have you always wanted to learn how to play a song on the piano? How about learning how to bake bread or learn how to sew? Well, now is the time. You have extra time at home right now. Be sure to take advantage and use it, because before we know it, life will go back to the busy hustle and bustle we are all used to. Start a project. Clean out the garage, organize the closets, paint a room, plant a garden, or build something new. Do you have a half-finished project that you just didn't have the time to dedicate to finishing? Now is the time. Enjoy your time doing something that you enjoy. Take time to relax. Take time to just be still and relax. What does that look like for you? Do you want to take a nap, read a book, go for a walk, listen to music, read to your children, take a bubble bath? Whatever that looks like for you, stop and take time to just relax. This concludes our webinar, Fun Over Fear. We hope this gives you a few ideas to use. Our staff and board of directors at Pathfinder Services of North Dakota wishes everyone health and strength through this time of uncertainty. Please reach out to our office if we can offer any help.